What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Battle Central Europe Season 3. This is going to be from the losers bracket. Denial Esports going up against CCK Coalition of Cool Killers. And here on HeflaTV HB1, one of our hitbox channels, I'm going to bring you the action. I'm Mike Loris. I am unfortunately all alone today, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. That's fine, because that just means we could have a little bit more fun. Just to get some of the clerical things out of the way first, I have been having a couple of issues with hitbox in that my stream looked fine on my computer. Like, I'm watching the stream while I'm casting, and no drop frames, perfectly smooth. OBS is being just fine as well, but other people have said that the stream is lagging for them. So I don't really know what to do about that. I don't know how to fix it because it's fine for me, so there's no way to test it. But please, if there are any issues, then be sure to let me know, and I can try to fix them in-game, between games, whatever, so as to avoid those problems in the future. But we're in the lowest bracket, and Denial Esports, they've already played a couple of games. They dropped from the winners bracket, I believe. Yes, they did, to Moscow 5, and then that's why they're here now. Oh, no, they beat Moscow 5 in the winners bracket. They lost to Hellraisers. Now they're here against CCK. CCK started in the losers bracket, and they haven't actually played a game yet because Moscow 5 just forfeit their games versus CCK. So they're on the bottom of their group, CCK, and up against Denial. They're going to have their work cut out for them because it is certainly not going to be an easy game for the Coalition of Cool Killers. Denial Esports, they're not, your S-tier team, but shit, they could definitely get the job done when they need to, especially with the Beastmaster opening. They get the Puck and IO banned out from them in the first phase, so that's a little bit of Denial's, two of their trademarks already gone out the window, and then Venomancer, Lycan, two other heroes that Denial like to run with quite often. Yet the Beastmaster is the first pick for Denial, put Funzy on the off lane, and is usually the course of action for Denial. It works decently well most of the time. For their bans, Broodmother, Viper, Razor, and Slark. Not really too surprised that the Broodmother ban out. Fucking Mad has said before in lobbies that he just thinks that the hero is just so ridiculously broken. So I guess the best way to play against him is to not play against him. You might as well ban out that hero there. This is going to let Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit get through the pool for CCK, and they're going to grab those two up. The Beastmaster being kind of an odd first pick, maybe not for Denial, but for Cheese in general. Sorry. Is going to mean that heroes like Death Prophet is still in the pool. Brewmaster already picked up, and actually CCK, they're going to go for a Terrorblade after a Skywrath Mage. That's actually pretty peculiar. TB, his biggest weakness by far is magic damage. If you get magic damage onto a Terrorblade, he is going to be dying in a very, very fast way. And well, Skywrath Mage and Ogre Magi, well, first of all, Skywrath Mage usually is picked simply in response to a Terrorblade. Like, if you see an enemy pick up a Terrorblade and you need support, Skywrath Mage is your guy. But also Skywrath Mage is very good against the Brewmaster, in that it is one of the few skills that is CC for the split, yet it also comes out extremely quickly. It's one of the faster spells to actually come out in the game. That and Hex, and well, the hexing heroes, Lion, Rasta, they're not really too common, or Shadow Shaman rather, if you prefer. But CCK with the Terrorblade going to have a little bit of late game for themselves. Denial, they're not usually the type of team to take it super late. Like, they will pick up a Phantom Assassin or something like that. But as far as building for the late game, they're probably not going to go for an August Siren. It just doesn't really seem their style. Yeah, this is a little bit more Denial. Going for heroes that can do well in the late game, but really would like to do stuff in the earlier stages. Legion Commander going to partner up very well with the Skywrath Mage, get a little bit of additional attack speed from the Beastmaster, and who knows, maybe he might get a little bit of support from that Beast. Being able to spot out your targets for a Blink duel is certainly going to be very nice, and if you could duel Terrorblade, you're probably not going to kill him off with a Legion Commander, but you're definitely going to be able to kill him off before, or if you're going to be able to kill him off at all, you will be able to kill him off before you get Sunder. So that's going to be very nice for Denial as far as that is concerned, and I think, how do they like to lane this? I'm usually just mid lane Legion Commander. Like, that is generally the most standardly accepted Legion Commander laning assignment. There has been another team to lane him in the off lane, like off lane dual lane with the Wisp. That was actually BBC, so never mind. I'm thinking of someone else. But Legion Commander as the pick. Gonna be pretty solid in the mid lane versus Brewmaster. It's not the best lane for either of those two heroes, but certainly those two heroes are used to having much crappier lanes, and they'll be just fine going up against one another. As far as the other lanes are concerned, Beastmaster going up against Terrorblade, Vengeful Spirit at the very least right now. CCK is still looking for one more support hero. and I don't really think there are many that scream out right now. You could kind of consider the Shadow Demon and the Disruptor, just because they are so good against the Legion Commander. You start dueling, and then suddenly, well, you're going to get glimpsed back, or you're going to be put into a bubble, and then you're probably not going to be winning that duel. So those are all possibilities for CCK. And with the Tidehunter pick up first, that's perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable. It's another answer to the Legion Commander, another lesser answer to the Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining.
But their support picks, Disruptor is actually looking pretty darn good for CCK. It's pretty much a 0% chance that Denial pick it up themselves, because they already have Scarith Mage and Ogre Magi. But Disruptor in combination with Tidehunter and Split, the ultimates from CCK are going to be just absolutely devastating versus Denial. And Denial, they're actually maybe a little bit scared of that team fight already. They're going to be banning out that Omni Knight. Phantom Assassin, the one I mentioned before, is going to be taking the boot right now from Denial, which is going to be kind of inconvenient, but they could always go for something like a Morphling or something like that, because CCK, they don't have that much CC just yet. The Morphling, of course, would make the Disruptor a lot better. But either way, Omni Knight as the ban out is kind of peculiar to see. It is a pretty good hero to partner up with the Terrorblade. It has been picked a lot more than you really would expect, and it's going to be a Gyrocopter for Denial. This is also not a terrible hero for Denial. The burst damage of CCK is not that high. Their killing potential in the early stages is relatively low. Gyrocopter is a hero that has quite a bit of physical damage in the late game, but also is able to put out some pretty decent magic early. And when you're killing off a Terrorblade, you want to have that magic damage. So for Denial, I would expect there to be a Gyrocopter, Ogre, Scarith Mage offensive tri-lane. And then Legion Commander mid, and then Beastmaster solo a lane. Unfortunately, Beastmaster, if that does end up being the laning situation, is most likely going to be running into a Tidehunter. There is pretty much no avoiding that if you're Denial. Like, no matter what, you're going to run into that Tidehunter in some lane. But the Beastmaster Tide lane, certainly not the best one for Denial. But at the same time, Beastmaster, he should be fine enough in order to get something. He really just wants his level 6. Of course, getting additional levels of that Hawk, also very useful. Is usually the build that Funzy likes to go for. However, going up against a Tidehunter, maybe you want more Whirling Axes, or maybe you just want the Boar, who knows. He always just tailors it slightly to what he is up against. But either way, the lanes from Denial looking pretty solid. Like, Legion Commander should be fine in the mid lane. The Gyrocopter offensive tri-lane should be pretty dangerous, and Beastmaster should be fine as well. There is also a chance that Denial run pure dual lanes, with the Gyrocopter, Ogre Magi, Scarith Mage backing up the Beastmaster for a little bit. Sometimes it works out in such a way that it is really good for the team. Sometimes it just doesn't do anything. But CCK, their pick is going to be the Keeper of the Light. So Coddle of the Light now on the table. And as far as the Keeper of the Light's value, the mana value is going to be somewhat limited. I assume it's still going to be Terrorblade, Vengeful, Keeper of the Light, all going together in lane. So there is that. Those heroes don't really need that much mana. I guess you could just spam Illusions, spam Magic Missile or something like that. And the Denial Esports side, they don't really have that much pushing power. So I'm not entirely sure about this Keeper of the Light for the early game stages of this game. Where he will actually find some value is in the fact that the Terrorblade is on their team. So Terrorblade will be able to split push. That's what he does very, very well, with a couple of illusions, and you'll just be able to yank him in with the recall. Picking up a hero for this, probably not ideal, picking up a hero for just one skill, but maybe they can make it happen. Maybe they just rat the hell out of Denial. Who knows what's going to happen, because we are in game, guys. Again, this is a best of 3 lower bracket, so winner of the best of 3 moves on. Who do they actually face? One second. Who do they face? They face My Insanity. And the losers are unfortunately out of the tournament. On the Denial side, we have Funzy. He's going to be heading towards top as the Beastmaster. He's going to be joined by Fucking Mad, for now, as the Ogre Magi, bottom lane. It's going to be CryoJ on the Scarith Mage, Paris on the Gyrocopter, and over towards mid, it's Jaral on the Legion Commander. Up towards top, CCK. Villic hunting very aggressively for Funzy. He's going to run eyes on him, but he's not going to pick a fight just yet. In fact, they might, in fact, turn things around onto Tib. Lots of armor, though, on TB. You can't really kill him off the Stout Shield and Ring of Protection. He's not going to die anytime soon. But they're still dancing around here. This is a pretty dangerous situation for CCK. The Ogre Magi with Boots first, Ignite first, one of the more aggressive builds you could go for. They're just trying to bait Villic or Suki into an aggressive position and trying to avoid the Terrorblade at the same time. You don't want to get into a fight with TB level 1. It's a bad idea. Manowar versus this is really good. But fucking Mad will just try to secure the rune. He will not be winning this trade. As far as heroes that can trade with Ogre Magi, Terrorblade level 1 is one of the few. And it looks like that should just about be it. Regen rune, not really too relevant. But CCK, their other heroes, it's going to be Tib on the Terrorblade. Keeper Light is going to be played by Suki. Over towards mid, we have K3K. I'm probably going to call him Kek because I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. But I haven't actually asked him, so who knows. I'm going to call him Kek because, you know, I'm elite. He's going to be playing the Brewmaster over towards mid lane. And LeBron, that's LeBron James himself. He's going to be on the bottom lane Tidehunter, being zoned out, or will be zoned out rather, by the Skywrath Mage. And, well, I guess there's also going to be some zoning happening over towards mid. Kek can try to get into a man fight with fucking Mad. With the evasion, maybe he'll be able to get away with it, but this is just traded hits for fucking Mad. And Brewmaster, the goal of this Ogre Magi right now, just keep the Brewmaster away so that you could delay the bottle. Joral has a slightly slower bottle. He's gone for a Quelling Blade first, so he's not going to have that by the time Kek has it, assuming the Ogre Magi doesn't do his job correctly. And he's going to circle around for another pass. Joral is getting protected farm already in this middle lane, and that's not something that you ordinarily see. This is not going to be a dual lane for the entirety of it, or at least if it is, I would be very surprised. It's just to get the Legion Commander's bottle and to even that score up there. Over towards top, Funzy, not surprisingly, is going to be in for a very rough time. He's probably going to go for axes out of necessity just so he could last hit, and that's fine. He's going to put some serious damage onto Villic, actually, but that's not enough for a kill. Has an Ogre Magi now up to support him, but that's also not going to be doing too much. Bottom lane, LeBron is going to be having a similar situation to that of the Beastmaster. Unfortunately, there is no lockdown here, so actually they're going to go for Villic up towards top. They're ready through the Ignite, axes as well. Level 1 skills each, so it's probably not going to be enough to get a kill anytime soon, but wow, Suki taking a huge mace hit from fucking Mad. You gotta respect the Club of the Ogre, man. It will mess your day up so badly, so badly. But there's no lockdown, as I was saying before, on the Tidehunter, so as far as actually killing off the Tide, probably not going to happen. There's a chance, a very slim chance, that you get a kill once you have phase boots up on the Gyrocopter. Just having the movement speed differential can maybe be relevant in order to kill off the Tide, but Tidehunter, even though he is very fast, he's also very tanky. It's going to be really difficult to get the kill on the Tide until they have Missile, but in this lane, I don't even know if you get Missile if you're Paris, because like, how many times has he actually been able to cast it on LeBron? Maybe like 3 or 4. And if you use it then, I mean, certainly that's very nice, but you really want to have some more value on that skill. They're going to try for it right now, but Concussive Shot just isn't good enough. By the time they actually catch up, yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone should be too surprised about that. Can't get the kill without some serious stunning, and serious stunning is currently in base. Fucking Mad, helping out the Beastmaster just a little bit. Now level 3 on the hero, going to get his boar up, and the boar just being annoying. Like a level 3 boar, or level 2 boar, I suppose, is not that great at killing things. The damage is very low, the slow is not that great. It's only 20%. It'll be able to poke away at Tib for sure, but it's not really that great. The slow does increase, right? Like, I'm not just crazy about that. I assume greater boar is better than lesser boar. That might be a dangerous assumption, but if my English knowledge does not fail me, then these 2 boars, well, maybe 2 of them is going to be relevant, especially if they find Villic. Fucking Mad. He has an opportunity here. Villic, so lucky to escape with his life. They saw him perfectly. Maybe fucking Mad just wants to remain hidden, but I'm pretty sure he was also seen. Now definitely seen. So they had 2 boars. They had an opening where Vengeful Spirit was out of position. Yet they're not going to go for it just yet. Still respecting the possibility of Terrorblade crashing the party with Metamorphosis, and that is something you don't want to have happen, because you're not going to win against a Terrorblade with Metamorphosis. Legion Commander over towards mid lane, just continuing his farm up. Kek has picked up his bottle now, 17 for 2, slowly starting to recover after that little bit of a slow early game start. But Brewmaster is just fine at this point. He's actually ahead of Legion Commander right now, and as far as levels are concerned, not going to remain the case for so long. But once level 6 happens, it's possible for the Brewmaster to get a kill on the Legion. It's kind of hard for Legion Commander to get a kill on the Brew without some serious help. They're going to try to go for Villic. No, they're not. Okay, just randomly throwing Fire Blast, I suppose. That's fine. Maybe I would really like to see some more rotation from this Ogre Magi. Going down to this bottom lane can get a kill on the Tidehunter. I suppose they don't actually have to get kills on the Tide, just because, well, Paris and Cryo are zoning the Tide out pretty much perfectly. He has not a CS to his name. And he's also still level 1. This is one of the more sadder Tidehunters you're going to find in the game. And when you compare that to Cryo, he also doesn't have any CS. He's not an offlaner, and he is already at level 2. And level 3 is where you really want to be as Cryo, just so you can get that 1-1-1 skill build up. But oh man, they're going to snipe out Vengeful Spirit. They're going to trade the Ogre Magi for it. My bad, guys. I missed that. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll check back on top lane after I've been staring at them for literally the entire time. But as soon as I look away, of course, they decide to pull the trigger. It's still going to be First Blood, drawn by the Beastmaster. Axe is going to snag the kill, though, at the trade of the Ogre Magi. Still probably worth it for the denial side, especially since Ogre got the experience and then went down. He's level 3, and he's still going to help out this top lane. And he's going to help out in quite a nice way. Joral, he has level 6 now. Keck has level 6 as well, but Joral is going to need overwhelming odds on a giant creep wave and then a duel if he actually wants to get the kill. Or Brewmaster's going to have to mess up if he wants to get the kill. Joral is not going to be able to kill him off without some serious help, and help is so far not coming. But that's fine, because Denial, they just need a couple more levels up. They don't have the best early game, like super early game. If they had maybe the Skywrath Mage and Ogre Magi together, they would be doing a little bit better. But as far as right now is concerned, they're right where they want to be. They're just getting levels up on Funzy. And once he hits level 6, then getting kills are going to be so much easier. And maybe he's going to look for a kill right now. Suki. Oh, don't go over there. Oh, he went over there. Suddenly double boars and suddenly axes. Funzy's going to have to dive a tower for this one, but I think he's going to be fine doing that. Chop him down, boys. There we go. Funzy's going to get that kill. Ogre Magi also in the area, but there are a lot of heroes coming up towards top. Funzy's best bet is probably just going to be deny himself to the Dire. Fucking mad in the meantime. He might have a chance of surviving. Actually, Keeper Light is going to get credit for that kill. Funzy could have stayed here for a little bit longer, and maybe he would have not given that away. Fucking Mad actually is going to get away. So I suppose make it a 1-for-1 trade overall. Coddle going to get a little bit of extra gold from that one, but that was, for the most part, a useless kill for the CCK side. Just random gold being thrown to a support. You really want the experience more so than the gold if you're the Keeper of the Light right now, because Keepers actually do get quite a bit of gold down the line. Yet still it's going to be the death of the Keeper, kill for the Keeper. I guess as far as who died and in what sequence, it's a little bit more even, but yeah, it's still not going to be the biggest deal. Either way, still proceeding onwards. LeBron has rotated out of the bottom lane. Now level 3 as that Tidehunter wants his level 6, but I don't think that's going to happen for quite a long time. Now Paris in a 1v0 lane, actually 2v0 lane. He doesn't really need the help of the Skywrath Mage anymore. I think Skywrath Mage can get quite a bit done up towards top, especially once Beastmaster hits level 6. A seal into a roar actually hurts quite a bit. Not the highest nuke in the game, but still it'll be decent enough. They're going to try to pick a fight up towards top. Axe is going to throw. And here comes Cryo as a turnaround onto Tib. This is going to be a very difficult kill to take. Terrorblade going to get silenced, but he has Sunder. So it's probably not even worth the time of denial right now. If they had a Mystic Flare, yeah, go for it. But they currently don't, so probably not the best idea. LeBron towards bottom, though, is going to get dove by Paris. And that's just a couple of rocket barrages called out, unfortunately, for the gyrocopter going to miss. Keck looking to close in for a clap split, but that's also not going to happen. And traded hits everywhere, but ultimately no one is going to be going down yet. Still Joral rather, has yet to pick up a single stack of damage, but he's closing in on his Blink Dagger. And that will be one of the faster Blink Daggers you could possibly see on the Legion Commander. Being laned in the mid-roll and not being shut down either, not running into like a Death Prophet matchup or something like that. In that situation, it's pretty bad for the Legion Commander, but up against Brew, perfectly fine. Brew, speaking of, looking to once again get the clap split onto Paris, but phase boots on the gyrocopter going to make it very difficult for them to actually make that land as the Brewmaster. You're just not fast enough. Either way, 2-2, and still we have yet to see any huge spurts of aggression from either side. The Terrorblade certainly getting some decent farm. Paris getting just as much, if not even more farm. But the Beastmaster is definitely going to have a lot more impact than the Tidehunter, at least for the upcoming minutes of the game. Funzy just needs one more creep before he's going to hit that level 6 mark. Can he kill off the Terrorblade when he has level 6? I don't believe he can. Strength treads on the Terrorblade plus his armor can make him nigh unkillable. If they had a little bit more help, they can, but it seems like Denial, they just want to take this very slow. Joral also has his Blink. With Blink Dagger on the Legion, plus the Roar on the Beastmaster, this should be go time for them, at least to look for a pickoff. They shouldn't be, overly committing into a tower push or anything like that, since Denial's tower pushing is actually rather weak. But they could still make something happen. This is probably not how they want to make things happen. Like, imagine just randomly running into a Terrorblade. But I guess he does have Funzy to back up. Hawk is going to scout everything out. Suki should see that Hawk. but can he do anything about it? Probably not. Joral thinking about moving up towards the top lane, but unfortunately his courier is out of position. His courier might actually go down right now. Vilik is going to hit it once. Courier should know what's going on. The courier should be fine. And here we go. Turn around from Cryo J. Gonna silence up Vilik. Where's the follow-up damage, though? In denial, they've been running with pure dual lanes this entire time. Calldown is going to land. That's a beautifully placed calldown. Now Vilik is going to be going down. That's a kill for denial. Split clap, though, onto Paris. He's going to take a boulder to the face, and he does have Rocket Barrage running, but he's not going to be doing enough damage to kill off any of these aspects. He's going to be the trade right now, getting a little bit too close to that Brewmaster, rather. One more hit will kill him off. There it is. Now going on to Cryo. He'll have another clap, I believe he has enough mana. Yes, he does. Clap on a Cryo. It's going to be a double kill for Keck. And top lane, it's going to be Roar onto Suki in the meantime. Metamorphosis from Tib, though, going to force Funzy back. Suki going to stay alive until Ignite. Not even going to hit on the Keeper of the Light. Fucking Mad just throws it wildly. That's going to be 2 for 1 for CCK. And Gyrocopter, you are not capable of doing that versus the Brewmaster. First split of the game, and it got himself a double kill. Pretty much the best case scenario, or at least what you could expect. And CCK are going to be very happy with that exchange. Unfortunately for Denial, their Legion Commander was not anywhere nearby. She now has the Blink Dagger in tow, is also smoked up, looking for blood maybe over towards the mid lane, but has to worry about top being pushed in by Metamorphosis Illusions. Funzy, no Roar just yet. He actually used it up towards top in order to do not much. And I think this Blink Dagger on Legion Commander, though it is still hidden, it's not going to get any value just yet. He has to find someone like Keeper of the Light, but even if Legion Commander finds Keeper of the Light, I don't think she can get a kill within the duration of the duel. Tower on top lane is going to be going down. Fucking Mad saying way too long. What are you doing there, Fucking Mad? What? What? He would... Terrorblade is pretty fast, guys. He's one of the fastest heroes in the game. Having Power Treads and Yasha makes him even faster. And Ogre just fed his life because that's what he likes to do. 3 to 5 now in Denial. They are currently not making anything happen around this map. Like, they have heroes that can make things happen. Roar, you have the Blink Duel. You don't quite yet have a Skywrath Mage ultimate. Maybe they're waiting for that, but even though their Gyrocopter is getting a little bit of farm, CCK, they're more than happy to chill right now. They're still waiting for their Blinks on the Brewmaster. They're still waiting for a Blink on the Tidehunter, and Tidehunter, by the way, after a really bad start, has not been pressured at all. Is now, halfway to his Blink Dagger, already packing the Ravage. So LeBron is pretty much where he, or not exactly where he wants to be, but has recovered very well from that poor early game scenario. And Denial, they're just not doing anything. Like, what are they actually doing? They're farming up a Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter carry versus Terrorblade, good luck for the Gyrocopter. It's going to be rough. This is really problematic for Denial. If they can't find anything, then they're just going to just waste their cooldowns and let them sit. When you pick up a Beastmaster, when you pick up a Legion Commander, you really don't want to be wasting those cooldowns. You want to be fighting pretty much all the time. And CCK, they're going to start that over towards mid. Fucking Mad is not going to get stunned up by Vilik. He's going to turn around for a Fire Blast, but here comes LeBron, level 6. Don't turn around, Fucking Mad. He's going to get Ravaged now if LeBron wants to. Closing in very quickly, gets roared up, axes the fall, and wow, he's going to get destroyed. That was so much damage. Here comes the split from the Brewmaster. Illuminate is also going to fly through. Brewmaster doesn't actually have any backup. And it looks like he's going to be forced to run away. Earth Bruling at a safe distance will be fine. But man, that Tidehunter dropped like a freaking rock. Roar axes being amplified by the seal. Or axes, I guess Roar just being amplified by the seal. Axes physical. But wow, Tidehunter, level 7 at the time, just got completely wrecked by the Denial side. He didn't even cast many skills. He got one Anchor Smash out, and that's about it. He was looking for a Ravage opportunity, but Denial, because they haven't really been doing anything in this game, they've just been backing up, and then, well, you can't really find a Ravage opportunity if you don't have a Blink Dagger like that. Maybe he caught 2 there, but it seemed very unlikely that was going to be the case. At any rate, it's going to be a Yasha picked up by Paris. He's going for a pretty standard Gyrocopter build, it seems, after the Hand of Midas. Maybe Lifesteal a little bit down the line with the Helm of the Dominator, but for Gyrocopter, he's getting pretty much uncontested free farm. So you might as well just get whatever the hell you want. More mobility, certainly very nice. Being able to split out of what CCK have. I think split doesn't work on reflection, although I could just be completely wrong. It definitely works on clap, gush, and those skills that you really don't want to be in. Alright, so we do see a smoke up now from Funzy and Cryo. There is an ultimate on the Skywrath Mage. A Roar into a Mystic Flare combination will 9 times out of 10 get you a kill. Especially if you have that medallion up, and they do. So minus armor into throwing axes. they are going to be looking for a Terrorblade, and they're going to be finding him as well. They know exactly where the real one is.
Radiant's bottom tower
Never mind. Maybe they're going to get the kill anyway. They still have a Mystic Flare. No, they don't. They're 10 mana short. Oh, denial. Oh, here comes fucking Mad. They might actually get this kill after all. Sunder is going to actually kill off the Keeper of the Light. He sunders him, and then he gets called down. Oh my god, Tib. He didn't know that he wasn't in any danger, but he just killed off this Keeper of the Light. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Hold on, guys. 15 minutes. That was great. That's highlight worthy. Tib the troll, guys. Tib the frickin' troll. Denial, they massively screw up that gank. Like, it doesn't get more messed up than that. You don't have enough mana. Oh, mid lane. CCK gonna jump right in. Gets silenced immediately, though. That's the power of Scarif Mage right there. Ravage, though, after swap. Cryo and fucking Mad both gonna get caught by that, but they're two supports. They're okay with going down right now. Cryo might not even be going down. Paris is gonna put some serious damage to LeBron. Will get the kill. Joral still holding on to that duel. Has yet to use it a single time in this game. Keck gonna chase forward for Funzy. Has some supports right behind him. Swap out of that scenario. No, it's not gonna happen. Now the duel plus call down. Villic is going to be going down. There's the remainder of the split from the Brewmaster. Going to try to chase forward for Paris. There's also a swarm of illusions here. They're going to catch the Legion Commander. They might be able to bring her down if they have another boulder, and they do. Joral is going to be dying right now. That's going to be a 2-for-1 so far after that first engagement. But it looks like that should just about be it. Ravage and Split, both used by CCK. They're going to try to go for a tower now. Tib, with the Manta Style in tow, is able to just do so much damage versus what Denial have. But going back to that 15-minute scenario, you messed up the gank so badly that they still took a nice fight. There's the Mystic Flare onto Keck. Gonna be split by Tib. Gonna save the Brewmaster's life after killing off the Keeper of the Light. And Keeper of the Light might be going down anyway. Gonna run to the Ogre Magi. Will be brought down. Tib gonna pick off the Beastmaster before he leaves, but he might not even have enough time to leave. Where's the Fire Blast from fucking Mad? Not using it just yet. There it is. Multicasting for good measure as well. That's gonna be the death of the Terrorblade. CCK, they get the tower, but they maybe stick around for a little bit too long. As Nile, they bring in the heat. Gyrocopter is going to get a lot of golden experience from that one. And also the Ogre Magi collecting pretty big as well. In the midst of that fight, there was a duel won by the Legion Commander. First duel winning, giving him 14 damage. It's kind of slow for the Legion Commander, but I think his team is doing well enough that they're going to be okay. One lonely person in chat. Everyone else has been pretty quiet, so I guess you are the only person. Paris, though, is going to get jumped by Keck. He's going to get hazed. Blink, clap, not there yet. I don't know, I think he blinked to get into that range. Maybe not. Joral, in any case, is going to take a magic missile. Will be backing off. That could have been a kill, but I don't really know why Brewmaster didn't go in. Maybe the reason he was here because he used his blink dagger to get there. That's probably the most likely scenario. Either way, 17 minutes in, 10-8 for the Denial side. And they have a pretty nice late game set up with the Gyrocopter and the Legion Commander. Duel into call down is not the fastest way of killing off heroes. Would like to see Joral join up with Cryo and start to move around and try to get those dual Mystic Flare wins. Outside of Vengeful Spirit swap, there's not that much that CCK can do in order to actually defend themselves against that. Except for cross their fingers and hope that the damage just isn't enough. And I don't think that's going to be happening. The damage is going to be enough. Crowd, this is not what you're supposed to do. Dewarding, valiantly dewarding, gets denied. That's just like, that just stings, man. You go suicidally, you try to go on the high ground, you run into two heroes, then you just give your life for free. Not good. Definitely not good. Though maybe we could call it a tower trade. I don't know if we can. Travels now from Beastmaster. Funzy going for his pretty regular build. Medallion, Travels, going into Necrobook. And then maybe then they're going to be able to make something happen. But they're actually going to take a second tower down towards bottom. Joral going to snag that one as well. CCK, they're pretty much all awkwardly in their jungle. Probably LeBron the most so, because he's so awkwardly stuck in the jungle that he literally cannot move. But he's going to be fine. He has another blink out. Or he's just waiting. Maybe his team's going to bait in. No, okay. It's like, maybe we could do this. No, it's not going to happen. Everyone's going to be charging forward the top lane, but the Hawk is going to spot everything out. This is buying a lot of farm time for the Legion Commander, and a little bit more experience time for Joral. Cryo J. My god, I keep on mixing up their names. I have no idea why I'm doing that. Y'all look alike. And they're going to set their sights on the mid lane tower. They're still trying to wait on top for someone to get a little bit out of position. There is a Hawk in the area, was spotted out, so Tib knows that he's seen. And right now we have a smoke up from CCK. If they find anyone, a blink clap with a double damage rune crit. If it's Legion Commander, she might survive, though very unlikely. If it's Scarif Mage, he might just die to the clap hit. Like, that is just a disgusting amount of damage on a guaranteed crit. And it's going to be all the way into the enemy jungle they go. They're not going to find anyone here. Unfortunately for CCK, all their time is just going to be wasted. Fortunately for them, Terrorblade is not going to get jumped up towards top. Denial, they rotate all their heroes up towards top lane very, very slowly. So Terrorblade was up here for, what, like a minute? Minute and a half, something like that. But all the while, Denial were just falling back, didn't want to push their luck. And maybe they're going to have to face up against a Roshing lineup right now. Greater Hawk will make it there in time, or should make it there in time. Yeah, will. Spot everything out. Still double damage on the Brewmaster, and though they now know what's happening, it's way too late to defend against this. Double damage on Brewmaster, the Gush minus armor, plus the Wave minus armor. Here comes the Travels and the Funzy, but that's pointless. You might as well just cancel that, and they will do so. Tib is going to grab the Aegis, and Denial, I mean, they rotate all their heroes up towards the top lane, just like that CCK sneak Roshan. It seems like CCK are just outmaneuvering Denial at this point. They're now going to try to take a fight after that. Tib is not a hero if you're a Denial fan. You want to see packing that Aegis. Dangerous, dangerous for sure. Maybe you kill him off and then he doesn't have his Metamorphosis, but that is not that easy to do. A lot easier said than done at the very least. LeBron has his Blink Dagger, is going to be looking for a Ravage opportunity, and Denial, they really should just try to disengage at this point. Are they really trying to go for a fight right now? They have a lot of power in their skills. Maybe they pick off the Aegis immediately with a Roar into a Call Down and or a Scarith Mage ulti. But you also have to deal with the split. You also have to deal with the Ravage. This seems like a really bad idea from Denial. They're going to still try to go for it. Maybe they should just back off, and oh, they actually will wait out CCK. They have one hero on the bottom lane. That's the Tide Hunter. But this is up against Keeper of the Light. Even though Keeper of the Light is not going to be the best hero in this game for counter pushing in general, he will always be counter pushing. And now Suki, though, is going to get jumped a little bit too close, and with the dual victory, it's going to be a clean kill on the Keeper of the Light. That will free up this push. Keeper keeping himself a little bit too close, and maybe it's going to be a trade down towards bottom because Tib has quite a bit of damage with these Terrorblade illusions. The rest of Denial, though, going to keep on going forward. Vengeful Spirit is going to be completely spotted out. She can't really do anything about this, though. I think the race is going to be won by CCK. There is a fortification on both sides, but Terrorblade, with the help of Brewmaster, these are two devastating heroes, and fucking Mad's going to teleport right back with Funzy. There's a Ravage opportunity here, and they're going to throw it onto 3. Joral is going to be torn to shreds immediately. And Bucky Matt's going to stun up LeBron for a little while longer, but it's not really going to be too relevant in this game. Paris is going to join with the BKB, but instantly gets sundered. He's going to do some pretty decent damage with that flag cannon, but he can't actually do enough to kill anyone. Now chasing down the Earth Bruling. Cryo's going to come out from the side. They might actually kill off this Bruling. Yes, the Mystic Flare. They will cancel the Blink Dagger, and it won't quite be enough damage. Call Down is going to be thrown, but it's way too late for the Gyrocopter. He's already down. Call Down will not kill off anyone either. They need a little bit more damage onto everyone. They will pick off the Aegis. Fucking Mad looking for a Fire Blast. Will kill off the Brewmaster. LeBron hiding right behind the trees, but they have to worry about a respawning Terrorblade. And that's a devastating hero to have back, plus 2 supports joining the fray. Oh no, they did not expect this Denial. They're going to get jumped upon and magic missiled up. Swap back onto Cryo. Fucking Mad is going to die. Then Cryo is going to die. That's going to be only the Beastmaster surviving, and CCK, they sufficiently bait out Denial down towards his bottom lane. They clean house. They could even go for more. The Aegis was used on Terrorblade. He has a big item flying out to him. What is it going to be? Almost the completed Eye of Scotty. My god, Tib is going to just be unstoppable right now. And Denial, I can't help but feel that this could have all been avoided if they actually did something within the first 15 minutes of the game. They were just farming up everywhere, which is nice, I suppose, but we can see how that farm is actually working out for them. Ravage is something that works very well, regardless of what your farm status is. Joral's looking for maybe an opening onto No, don't do that, Joral. He can't even blink forward because there's an illusion right on top of him, so he uses everything, uses his Blade Mail, and then he's going to get absolutely jack squat. CCK take a tier 2 tower after taking a really nice team fight. That's not that nice for them. They just get slightly ahead, 13-12 now. And they're going to start to pull ahead in the net worth. Still, the Gyrocopter is actually on top, so maybe they're not that far ahead in the net worth. It's now they're just overall farming better than the CCK side, but it definitely seems like CCK, should they have their ultimates up, are just going to be winning a fight, no questions asked. Roar onto Suki, though. Here comes Funzy from behind. They will kill off the Keeper of the Light. Call Down is going to miss, however, and Tibbs going to lay into Funzy with a magic missile there. Funzy is going to give his life for this one. Probably not so worth it, though. No, he's going to slip away right around the corner. Now the swap back onto Tib. Joral's going to come right in for the duel. However, no, the Sunder happens right before that, and Joral will be losing the duel. Tib might be going down in the meantime anyway due to Paris' damage, but in the back end, it's going to be fucking Mad to be brought down by Keck eventually. Now Cryo and Paris going to try to fight up against these two heroes. Blinding Light going to get the Brewmaster a little bit more space. Now into the invis he goes. Here comes the Tide Hunter, though. Doesn't have a Ravage, but I don't really know if he needs it. There's an Anchor Smash, there's a Clap, and Paris doesn't really have much backup here any longer. Cryo's still in the area, but he's going to get punished with a Ravage now and a split. That split was probably unnecessary, but they're going to take those two heroes out anyway. CCK start pulling more and more ahead, though they do lose their Terrorblade. That was Denial diving very aggressively for those kills. And Terrorblade also collects a little bit of extra damage. TB with 14 damage is not what you want to see if you're that Legion Commander. Sunder usually is notorious for coming out extremely slowly. But in this scenario, he got it out just in time, and well, if Legion Commander got that duel off, she would have been the one with the damage. But unfortunately, it's a little bit too late for that. TP over towards mid lane. It's going to be the Ogre Magi, not going to cancel it even. CCK just going to make a clean retreat until Jor-El blinks forward. He has Blade Mail. Going to try to go for LeBron. Needs a couple more hits in beforehand. But if he gets Anchor Smash, then he's just not going to get this kill. However, with Scarith Mage here, where's the duel? Where's the duel? There it is. Flare, easy duel win. 42 now damage up on the Legion Commander. It's gotten a lot more just in the background that I haven't quite noticed. Funzy also chasing down for Suki. Blanket of Roar is there. With the Medallion Axis, he might get the kill. He's instead looking for that Brewmaster. But he's going to be completely spotted out now by a random Terrorblade illusion. 16-17 now, Denial getting a pretty nice pick off. Still, they're not in a terrible position. Like, I'm saying all these things, CCK, they're doing very well with their team fights. If they're in a situation where their team fights are not up, where they don't have a split, they don't have a Ravage, then it's very possible for Denial to just instantly win that fight. Because if you silence the Brewmaster, he will not have a split, at least until he gets a BKB, and that is possible for him to buy right now and should be the purchase for him as his next item, just so we could guarantee that in every single fight. There's a chance that he wants to delay it and pick up an Aghanim Scepter first, but I think that's just going to be unnecessarily risky. Denial, they're still pushing up towards top. Paris will press the attack, is attacking pretty darn quickly. Yasha BKB now up on the Gyrocopter with another 2,400 gold in the bank. He needs an MKB in this game, and he should be going for that one as soon as he can. But it's a clean tier 2 tower destruction for the Denial side, and now they're going to rotate down towards the middle lane. The Roar on the Beastmaster is up, as normally it is. Just the skill in general has such high uptime. And it might be on Vengeful Spirit where they actually set their sights. Villic is invis though, and they don't have any detection. Smoke blown, and that's going to mean that Venge gets to live. LeBron might not be as lucky. Blink Roar? No, not just yet. Blink out from the Tidehunter, saw that one coming as well. Even though they were still smoked. Actually, Jor-El wasn't, but I don't think Tidehunter had vision there. In any case, Denial looking for these pickoffs finally. 27 minutes in. It's a lot later than I really would have liked to see them go for it. They might get one after all. Villic, Blink, Roar, Medallion, Axes, Duel. And that should be a kill. With a 2x multicast, that will definitely be a kill. So, Vengeful Spirit down, I suppose. More duel damage for the Legion Commander. 56 now up on her. And the rest of the team grouped up in mid. They don't have the Roar. They do have an Ancient Seal, and it's going to have to land on someone. If it doesn't land, if it doesn't cancel off a split or a Ravage, then things are going to get really bad for Denial really quickly without the presence of their ultimates. Call down can only do so much. And CCK, they're going to start with the Illuminate Barrage. Funzy doesn't have a Roar just yet, so even if he catches, or even if he sees the Keeper of the Light on the front lines, nothing really he can do about that. And Denial, they're going to make a smart decision and fall back. There's nothing they can really do about that situation if they don't have Roar. If they do have Roar, then it's a different ball game entirely. But as it stands right now, they need that stun in order to start a fight on their own terms. And if they don't start a fight on their own terms, there's probably not going to be any victory there for Denial. CCK, because they are so powerful with those ultimates, they're just going to crack back in the middle lane. This is pretty direct, and with an Iron Scotty on the Terrorblade, this is possible to get a lot of traction. Unless they don't go for it. They're all going to be spotted out by a random boar. Still Jor-El has his duel. Now the Roar is back up on Funzy. They might catch LeBron here, but that's not really the target that you want. Killing him off is going to be really difficult. But if they do, if they somehow kill him off before Ravage, that'll pretty much instantly win Denial that fight. Jor-El still on the high ground is going to blink forward, looking for a duel. Not going to find anyone. Stun to Funzy. They can't cast any of their skills. So for Denial, the opportunities are still there. They roar into Villic very far away though. Funzy maybe jumping the gun a little bit too early. Blinding Light is there, call down as well. Jor-El going to get reflected up, and now he's going to drop very low. At least he's not dueled up, but man, he's going to take a Ravage with the rest of his team as well. That's going to be 2 down from Denial. Fucking Mad Guy now going to be torn to shreds. Paris going to pop the BKB and just book it. Funzy, you started the fight way too early, and now he's going to teleport away after getting a whole bunch of his teammates killed. That should have been disengaged. They should have just roared, realized that he was too far away, and then left. There was no going in there. Up against this positioning, first of all, you have to deal with this high ground. Then you have to deal with, the curve of the trees. You don't exactly know who's here if you're over here. you have to deal with this high ground, and this tight quarters means that Ravage is going to kill everyone. That was very bad positioning for Denial, and they should have realized that immediately. CCK, they're going to punish Denial sufficiently. They still have their split. Calldown is going to drop. It's going to land onto 3 heroes. With Paris, he's going to get reflected up, and now Tib, with that Eye of Scotty, going to do so much damage to Paris with the split as well. Paris down. He has no buyback either. And 30 minutes in, you won't really need to use buyback most of the time, but man, they really need it right about now because Tib is dishing. Has Metamorphosis now, plus another illusion, but he doesn't even need it. This is going to be Raxing 30 minutes in. Just like that, CCK are going to pull so far ahead in this game. And Denial, I think it was all because of a bad decision. Like, if they just decided not to do that, if they decided not to take that fight, then they would have their Raxes still intact. But instead, CCK, they're going to take the first Raxes of the game, now go straight into the Roshan pit, more than likely. With a gem now picked up on the Keeper of the Light, they'll be able to secure complete map control away from Denial. And they're going to go into the Roshan pit feeling pretty comfortable about their chances of just taking a fight straight out. Tib doesn't have that much Metamorphosis left, but he doesn't really need that much Metamorphosis left because Roshan is pretty much already dead. And outside of a random Hawk travel combo, there's no chance Denial are actually going to crash this. So 30 minutes in, and CCK, they're going to be in a commanding lead in this game. Now take a look at the graphs. That's a little bit more like it. That seems to be in line with a little bit more, at least, of, what am I saying? That seems to be a little more in line with what I have in my head. That's a disgusting advantage, or a disgusting change of advantage for CCK. What item progression have they had off of this one? There's 2200 gold in the Vengeful Spirit, maybe a Force Staff, her, maybe a Blink Dagger. Tidehunter almost has a Refresher Orb, and he will have about enough mana to cast it. Terrorblade gonna go for a freaking Butterfly, and once that happens, Denial, they have an MKB already in the works, so they're gonna be more or less prepared, but still a lot of extra damage from Tib. There's an AC on the Brewmaster, and the Staff of Wizardry on the Keeper of Light. Suki so wealthy. Suki so wealthy. But Butterfly is actually straight up completed by the Terrorblade. Man, I thought he was only packing 400 gold. Apparently I was misinformed. This is a late game Terrorblade. 31 minutes in, he's the most net worth in the game. And for all intents and purposes, this Terrorblade is pretty much one of the scary ones you're going to find. Still has a TP scroll, Aegis to eventually replace, but Terrorblade is going to be knocking some heads around really quickly. The rest of his team also have their ultimates up, so if they didn't have that, then going for this push would be kind of dumb. But they're going to go for it anyway. They also don't really have any sort of rush. Swap back onto fucking Mad. He's going to get gushed immediately, brought down. There's BKB on Joral. We'll get the duel into Villic. We'll make it a 1-for-1 trade. LeBron stunned up, but still has a Ravage. Joral doesn't even... He's just going to go down. Tib, now man fighting Paris. He's going to annihilate the Gyrocopter. Still has the Aegis. No Ravage used yet. Who else is left? Denial. They have Funzy, who's going to get hit with the Boulder. LeBron setting up for a Ravage as soon as the Ogre drops Ravage. No, multicast it up. But Ogre is going to die anyway because it's Terrorblade right on top of him. Everyone in Denial is going to die, and CCK, they're going to take the game. Fucking Mad calls out, and man, CCK, this Terrorblade. First of all, guys, you don't mess with Terrorblade. That is a fact. It's something you don't do. That was a fight without Ravage, and CCK crushed their way through Denial. And that is going to just about be it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Battle of Central Europe Season 3. Best of 3 is going to continue. CCK up 1 game over Denial. I'm Mike Loris. I've been your caster. I'll be right back for Game 2. Stay tuned, guys.